Hi, Alyssa here for AOP Tech on YouTube. This is a continuation of our Google Classroom series with all the updates and changes for the 2018-2019 school year. This is part 4, all about assignments in the new Classwork section. If you're curious about what else has been in this classroom update series, part 1 was all about setting up a Google Classroom, great for our brand new Google Classroom users. Part 2 explored the updates and changes to the stream and people sections. Part 3 was about that new classwork section. 4 is going to dive deeper into that classwork section to look at assignments specifically. And then part 5 video is all about tips, tricks, and hacks for our new Google Classroom updates. So I'm going to jump into my Google Classroom, and I'm going to move directly to the classwork section. And that's that middle tab up along the top. So as we spoke about in the classwork video, this is now organized by topics. By using this create button in the top left-hand corner, I can create topics, or I can create them when I open a brand new assignment. These windows that pop up for creating assignments and questions are going to be very similar to what you've used previously in Google Classroom. I have the ability to select one or more classes. I can select all students, or I can select specific students. Great for differentiation in your assignments. For an assignment itself, I have title, instructions. I can give it the number of points, as well as add in due date. And here's where I can give topics. These are the topics I've already built in: grammar, lit, and writing for my ELA class. And if a topic that I had previously created didn't fit the needs of this assignment, I too could then create a brand new topic from here. Along the bottom, I have my options to add an attachment, to attach something from Google Drive, to link in a YouTube video, or you add in a link to a website. The little trash can, of course, is my trash button. And once I have a title here, I can assign it, which is going to put it into this classwork page immediately. Or I can use the drop down to schedule this to post at a specific date and or time. And I can also just save the draft to come back to later. To click out of that. And you can see now that I've clicked out of that, it saved it up at the top. It says it's a draft. It's grayed out. It wouldn't appear on the student side. Question is going to look very similar as well, except now I have the option of putting a short answer discussion-like question. Students can reply to each other or edit their answer. Those are all settings I can select. Or I can build in a multiple choice question, great for quick formative assessment. And again, I can choose whether or not students see the class summary of those responses. So all of that is similar to what I would affectionately call classic classroom now. So you can see I've already built in 2 assignments into this classwork page that I have going. Underneath the writing topic, I have a question that was a multiple choice. I have 2 students who have turned that in. There's no one left to do so in my demo classroom here, and I can see their answers. By selecting View Question, I can see that broken out more specifically. I can see who answered what by doing so, and I can give them a grade here in Google Classroom. If for any reason with a short answer or multiple choice you needed to return it to a student, you could select that student and click Return in the top left-hand corner. I can also change the point value up at the top, or email selected students right from here. Moving back out to my classwork page, moving back out to my classwork page, here we are. I'm going to jump into my literature circle assignment here that was on summer reading. And as you can see, I have 1 student who turned it in and 1 who's still assigned. So again, this looks very similar to what the assignments were like previously, except it kind of all lived on the stream. Now assignments and questions are in the classwork section. Announcements live in the stream. So I'm going to select View this assignment. Again, I can see that one student turned it in, and then my other student has not turned it in and does not have attachments open yet. The big change for this is that I can now grade this within Google Classroom. I'm not jumping out to Google Drawings, and this had a Google Drawings attached. So I'm going to select it open, and I know that I'm still within the Classroom piece here, because if I look at that URL, it says classroom.google.com as the first piece of that URL. So it opened it in a new window, but I am really still working in Google Classroom. So that's a nice thing that was a big change going into this school year, that your grading now happens in Classroom itself. You don't have to jump out back and forth. So here I am in this assignment. I can grade this assignment specifically. Over here on the side, if I did need to open it up to an outside window within the Google drawing, I could do that. I can give it a grade here. You can see it's out of 100 points. If I select the menu for more, I can change the total points for this assignment. And I can give it a private comment. And as I can see here, the student did not do a lot of the work. Now, I could write that private comment right here, or I have the ability to build in a comment bank. So if I select comment bank up on the top of this right-hand window pane, I've built in a couple already. Revisions are needed, check your spelling and grammar, great work. I could always add a comment to this comment bank. And that would be great for things that you might find that you're frequently giving students feedback on. So you kind of can build up those comments so you didn't have to type them fresh every time. In this case, it's incomplete work. So I'm going to write incomplete assignment. Please revise. And I'm going to add that to my comment bank. So now what I'm able to do, and in this case, I want to use this comment. I'm going to use the More button here. I'm going to copy it to the clipboard. And then under private comments, I'm going to paste that in and post, and students will then be able to see that. In this case, for this student, that also means I'm going to return this assignment to them. I'm not marking it as complete or done. So up in the top right-hand corner of this grading window, I'm going to select Return. That student will be notified that no grade is given. They'll be able to see those comments and then have the option to resubmit when necessary. And you can see up at the top left here where I can see that student's name, and it previously said turned in, it now says assigned. So if it counts it as reassigning it to them. You might also notice these little left and right arrows right here. And those are so when I have multiple students who've turned something in, I can navigate and move to the next assignment. I don't have to go back out to this assignment page and then click the next student. I'll be able to navigate through multiple assignments at one time. And that is a big time saver. I'm so excited about that because I think it makes a lot of sense for how we often grade as teachers. So it really gives you the ability to kind of look at each student individually, but in a better workflow. So with always, be sure to follow AOP Tech here on YouTube by subscribing below for all the latest Google videos, as well as all of your other EdTech needs. You can follow us as well on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. See you for part 5.